also be received as a perpetual plaque for you to take home with you for 1 year. The certificate is there. You don't have enough hands to hold all of this at the moment. And the glasswork that was done is a glass bowl, a stand for the bowl, and a laurel leaf or laurel branch done by Tacoma Hilltop artists. So those are all done in your honor. And then in December, Kim will be going to Norway for the Nobel Peace Prize. So I will go over the ceremony, but we'll do what we can to get you in more years. You'll be there.
Before Kim speaks, perhaps the children, for the children.
Yes. There, I understand, there's another presentation. Will the Bryan students who are here and would like to make this presentation come on up?
Hi everybody, my name's Elise and I'm on the Bryan Peace Committee. I'm in 8th grade. This is my last year at Bryan, and this is Sam, who's Kim's son, and Nurhan, Craig, Eli, and Gabe, and we have a lot more members of our Peace Committee that couldn't be here today. But from all of us, Kim, these are for you, and we just want to thank you for all of your hard work on the Peace Committee. All that Kim does is volunteer work. She does it out of the kindness of her heart, and she's just an inspiration to everyone at the school, and she set the example for what she wants to be shown, and being part of that example is just such a special, special experience. So for all of your hard work, thank you so much, Kim.
Wow. So Lisa asked me to say a few words about why I do what I do, and Wynn covered pretty much what it is that I've been doing with the kids. And as I reflected upon it the last few days especially, all I can tell you is I do it because I have a heart that's overflowing with gratitude. And I have a deep core belief that if every one of us does our piece, we'll have a lot more peace in the world. And you know, when I was a little girl, I dreamt of so much. And all that I dreamt of and more has been manifest in my life. I grew up in a pretty tumultuous household. My mom was a single mom of 8 children. With 8 children, I was the 7th, with a 24-year spread of the kids. My father, by the time I was born, was in late-stage alcoholism, so by the time I was 6, he was living on the streets. So it really was my mother who nurtured me and took care of us. But it was a household with alcoholism and abuse and all sorts of things. So, you know, as a little girl, I dreamt of what I wanted family to be. And I've just got to tell you how amazing it is to wake up every morning in a household with this incredible man as my husband and this beautiful son. And any work and any good I do in this world is only because of their love and support. If it wasn't for Nico, number one, Sam would have starved by now. And we wouldn't have any clean clothes, and it just goes on and on. He really is the one who holds the household so that I can say, you know, we really need to have a garden party, and we need to have a parade of the species this year, we need to do this, and we need to do that, and I kind of go off on these tangents and go make it happen, and Nico holds that hearth space for us. And so, Nico, I just thank you with all of my heart for allowing me to do this work in the world. And then I look out and I see these young people. You know, I am so grateful for them. I wouldn't, again, be able to do, you know, I come up with these ideas, but I'd just be a woman with an idea if it wasn't for these kids who show up every week, and if it wasn't for adult volunteers like James, who pitch in and say, okay, I'll take over the kindness campaign, let's do this. So it's all those pieces. It's the teachers who are my advisors who sit with me and tell me how I can exactly go about doing it in a way that would bring the rest of the community in, that would get the buy-in of the other teachers. It's all those pieces that make this happen. And when I think about gratitude and what I most want for these young people, I want them to know how lucky they are to be on this planet at this time in their bodies. I just think we are all, every one of us, so lucky. Do you know that the human heart has to go through 1.5 million simultaneous steps? They have to be done in the exact right order for a fetus to be viable, and it does it within the first 10 days. That, to me, is miraculous. Our eyes take in 1.5 million simultaneous messages. So to be here on the planet in a body that works and that's healthy, it's a gift that we all have. And I've traveled all over the world, and I've seen people in immense suffering. And so every day that I wake up and my body is still healthy, it's a good day. And I want these young people to know it's a good day. No matter what their bodies look like or changes they're going through, they're miraculous. And I want them to know that they're citizens of the world and not just citizens of Bryant Montessori of Tacoma, Washington. And I want them to know that just not only so that they can feel their power of making a difference in the world, because that's really important, and that's what they're learning as they take on these projects. And they raised 900,000 pennies to build a school. That's amazing. And that gives them a sense of power. But also I want them to know there's so much they have to learn from people from other cultures. We may be rich in resources, but they are rich in other ways. And I want our children blessed by the gifts of the people from other cultures. And I want them to recognize what it is, the gift of being a part of a community. Because all of us together can do amazing things, but alone, we're just lonely. So that's my prayer, and that's my hope for these young people. And I just love working with them because they haven't come up with the intellectual reasons why it won't work yet. So when we come up with an idea, they go for it. And they don't say, well, yeah, but what about this? It's like they did this World Water Day assembly. And one of the students was from Bolivia, and one was from America. And so they were talking about the differences of water usage. So the girl from Bolivia says, or the girl in the U.S. says, in my household, we have 4 bathrooms. And the girl from Bolivia says, in my household, we don't have any bathrooms. I have to go out to the sugarcane fields in the morning to use the toilet. Then the girl from the U.S. says, when I'm thirsty at school, I go to the fountain in my classroom and get a drink of water. And the girl from Bolivia says, when I'm thirsty at school, I need to leave the building, go down the road into the center of town to one of the 3 water sources in my village. Then the girl in Bolivia says, in my culture, in my society, we use 12.5 gallons of water per person per day to grow our food. And the kids bring a poster that has pictures of 12.5 gallons of water. And then the girl from the U.S. says, in my culture, in the United States, we use 1,260 gallons of water per person per day to grow our food. And they had to bring a 3-panel poster to show what that looked like. And there were 400 children in the audience who went, they didn't start thinking, well, yeah, but some of it then gets filtered and they didn't go there. They just saw that there's something inherently wrong when we're using so much more than the rest of the world, and we need to do something about that. We need to do something to make sure these kids get water. So that's why I love them, and that's why I honor them, and I thank them for the work that they're doing and for allowing me to journey with them. So thank you.